Some of the resources and most of the resources that I use to encourage and to get help for my patients is low-income housing, because a lot of them require low-income housing. Transportation, because they don't have adequate transportation to get to and from doctor's appointment. Food pantries, and also primary care physicians. I left that out. And I have a listing, and I go through the list and try to find a primary that's close to their resident. So those are the basically 4 main resources that I use.
The resources I use when working with my clients, the one that we use the most, I believe, is the Silver Lining Foundation. The staff applies for the patient, and it covers 100% for the mammogram, the diagnostic, and even the biopsy sometimes. So that's the biggest one. We also sometimes use the IBCCP, which is the Illinois Breast and Cervical Cancer Program, which will also cover the mammogram, the diagnostic biopsy, but it will also cover cervical cancer screenings, which are the pap smears. Those are the 2 biggest ones.
So for me, I feel like the resources I utilize most when working with individuals really does gear around transportation, especially in our area. We kind of lack transportation resources, so we will help individuals get connected with public transportation, but like I said, it's very limited on what we have access to here, and so sometimes we also step in to provide transportation as an organization, as a community health worker, to help patients get to appointments. But our first line of resource would be to utilize what's already an existing resource within the community. So I think that's probably the number one. We also utilize a lot of our food pantries. So we have a lot of food insecurity or even just access to food. And so assisting in finding the food pantries and getting individuals connected with those resources as well. Those are probably the 2 main things that we see in our area.
Some resources I use for some of my patients are like for utility bills, like CETA is one organization that we use. For food, we use Nectar. It's a good food program, or the Chicago Depository. It's another good resource for food. And then, yeah, we utilize transportation. I always like to carry, there's patients that don't have insurance. We have Sinai Transportation, but then there's patients that do have insurance and they don't know that they can, utilize their transportation as well. So I like to carry those phone numbers with me, so to have handy for them as well.